Welcome to Research That Matters on today's Smart Chiropractor Show. This segment is when we talk about what our Smart Chiropractor members are talking about to literally millions of people around the world this week. We think about annual calendar, monthly campaigns, weekly topics, daily posts. We're going to keep saying that. That allows you to teach and invite, to proactively answer the questions people in your community have about their health. Our monthly campaign has been all around sciatica. Our weekly topics tie into that monthly campaign. We're in the final week of June, and our final weekly topic around the topic of sciatica is how to prevent sciatic pain. That's named that way for a few reasons. Number one is because that is quite literally what people search for when they look online. So when you're utilizing our SEO juiced blog post and getting them up on your website, foreshadowing for what we're going to take a look at later with one of our member highlights, this gives you an opportunity to showcase that you know the answer to their question. You can build trust, you can educate, entertain, you can teach. Every time you teach, you have the opportunity to invite. If you do that consistently, you're going to build a better practice. So on the topic of how to prevent sciatic pain, our members are getting all of the consumer-facing information. For that, I wanted to pull out a couple of the research tidbits, put it a little bit more into doctor, physician, chiropractor language, and just talk about the topic. Again, this ties into what we just discussed, or Dr. Rosa just discussed, with the opioid epidemic. Musculoskeletal issues, all-time high. All of the interventions costs that have come on, million-plus surgical interventions per year, elective, 25 million-plus epidural steroid injections, ESIs, each and every year, hundreds of millions of opioid prescriptions. That's cost, that's death, that's toll. Has it solved the problem? No, the problem's only got worse. So it exacerbates the problem. It does not prevent the problem, and it certainly doesn't fix the problem. What can? Movement-based healthcare, what we do as chiropractors, being able to evaluate somebody's patterns. How are they moving? How are they thinking? What are their habits all day, every day? What are they taking into their system? It ties back to the core of who we are and what we do as chiropractors. In being able to identify that and empower people with the knowledge that they can get better. Now, as we want to drill one layer deeper into that, common misconceptions about sciatica: people think it's the entire lumbar spine. Textbook definition is only at L5-S1. And many people believe that when there's a structural challenge, the only way to fix it, quote unquote, is with a surgical intervention. Completely false, but you need to shatter that false belief to begin the teaching process. 3 things that can pinch on a nerve: disc, bone, and ligament. We all know disc issues, herniations, protrusions, bulges, however you want to define it. Ligament hypertrophy, very common in the facet joints, especially as we age and the facets undergo increased load. Or bone. Bone spurs can happen as a result of disc or ligament issues, hyperload. It also can occur, bone spurs, due to past injury. So normally there is a normal degenerative process as we age. Degenerative processes do not mean pain. They do not mean ill performance. It's a normal part of the aging process, but when we see that that's not linear, and we see one area seems to undergo excess challenge or degenerative change, that's an indication that something is going on. And while we can never stop gravity and we can never stop time, what we certainly can do is empower people to move better, to move more, and to understand just a little bit more about their body, to hopefully help empower their decision making so that they make the right decisions with their healthcare, not what they're being bombarded with through their television channels and through advertisements all day long, in which I think the United States is the lone holdout for where that is actually legal. Everywhere else has stopped that across the world because of that negative impact and negative influence. But here in the United States, it's something that all of us as chiropractors have to deal with. So the positive for that is you can make a difference in your community by getting out there, by teaching and inviting consistently. And if you want to do that at the highest level possible, there is no better place to do it than as a member of the Smart Chiropractor. Jason?
It is what you can do something about in today's crazy world. And that's really what, the theme of today's show is about. And the theme of today are these times are all about. There's a lot of problems out there. The question are, which ones can you solve? And this is one that I'm going to say, for the most part, in some cases, only you can solve. That's not all the cases, but in many cases, that is true. And it's just time for us to make sure we keep our eye on the ball. And there's a lot of distractions and there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of legitimate issues out there that deserve attention and deserve focus. But the ones you should really spend or invest the most amount of energy in are the things you can do something about. And that's what we love to do, is help you help others. Sciatica is one of those. They call it a slam dunk, although that's not an easy thing to do. So I'm going to call it a layup, because that is an easy thing to do. And this is a layup. This is something you can do, and we can help. And that's why we're doing what we're doing for you, so you can help them. Because it's obvious the world just doesn't know. If they did, there's no way they could continue to go down this pathway. And the only solution to this craziness is for enough of us to collectively stay focused on getting the message out to as many people as we possibly can. That's our vision. Hopefully you'll play a part in that. You benefit because you attract people who want your help. They benefit because they get the help that they actually need to heal themselves. And collectively, our profession benefits because we're actually working together in a coordinated way and building momentum in getting our message out to the masses. So thank you for letting us help you if you are a current member. If you're not yet a current member, let us help you. These are the messages that need to get out to your community. If you're going to do it on your own, bravo to you. Most likely you won't do it close to the way we can do it. What we have found to be the best solution is to work together, hand in hand like that. Let us help you, help them. You do what only you can do. Let us do what only our team can do. And together, let's work and make a positive difference in the world. This is one of those topics that deserves your attention.
Absolutely. And if you're listening and watching and you'd love to discover how we help hundreds of docs reach out to tens of millions of people each and every month, head over to thesmartchiropractor.com. Again, that is thesmartchiropractor.com. Thank you so much for watching this video on the Smart Chiropractor. To not miss a single thing that's clinically oriented, marketing oriented, or more, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel today.